Breaking news now at 4. We now have the 911 calls from an hours-long standoff before a Clermont County deputy was shot and killed. Evan Millward is live in Batavia. He has been going through them. And Evan, what can you tell us?
Tanya, these 911 calls are very revealing. Winn called 911 multiple times over the course of that nearly 12-hour long standoff. And through those 911 calls, you can clearly hear a progression as he becomes less and less cooperative, more and more suspicious of police, even at times believing that law enforcement isn't real or that they have left him alone by himself in that complex. We want to play part of his very first 911 call for you, in which you can hear him lay the groundwork for why he's calling. He believes there's been a burglary or someone is out to get him.
Heard noises. All the apartments around mine are empty for some reason.
Where are you hearing the noises coming from?
There's a dead body stink from next door. When I checked on the guy next door, all the apartments are empty.
So we know this call leads to a standoff with Winn inside his St. Andrews Drive apartment that lasted until nearly 7 a.m. Sunday. In some of the calls that come after this one, multiple law enforcement agencies try to get Winn to speak to them face to face, to come out of his apartment, and he refuses. His dad and brother and a friend all call authorities on his behalf throughout the night. Late that night, believing he had harmed himself or tried suicide, Detective Bill Brewer and Lieutenant Nick DeRose went into his apartment, where Winn is now accused of ambushing them. As we sadly know, Brewer died from his injuries that night. Winn wouldn't surrender until the apartment building caught fire Sunday morning. We are still piecing through all of these calls. It's nearly an hour's worth of calls. There are 8 or 9 audio files here, calls from several different people, but multiple calls from Winn. Also, hours ago, we got the personnel files of those 2 deputies who were involved. And I'll tell you, having gone through those, they shed some very good light on these men who one of them laid his life on the line for us. Very revealing in a very positive way, those. We're going to have more on all of these as we get through them all with you here in the next couple of hours. Until then, we're live in Batavia. I'm Evan Millward for The Now, Cincinnati.
All right, Evan, thanks so much. A reminder about how you can say goodbye to Detective Bill Brewer. His visitation is Thursday from 4 until 8. It will be held at Mount Carmel Christian Church on Buxton Road in Batavia. That funeral will begin Friday at 11 o'clock at the church.